What is up, Bears fans? Welcome to your Chicago Bears Huddle. I'm Aaron W. James. This is your UK take on all things Chicago Bears. Guys, we're going to talk a little bit of Austin Booker in this video. I don't know about you, but when it was announced the other day that Tano Passanio was going to be released by the Bears, yes, I know he later re-signed to the practice squad. I honestly thought that Tano Passanio going and being taken from the 53-man active roster would mean that Austin Booker would immediately take his space. However, obviously that did not work out. That's not what the Bears did. Travis Homer moves in and takes that 53-man, that spot on the 53-man roster. Oh, no doubt to the delight of Coach Hightower. Obviously with Travis bringing a lot of special teams capability to the roster. However, there is a more troubling kind of under message to this, and the message is this: what is going on with Austin Booker? Is it that he is not going to be able to return despite the fact he's been a full participant in practices? Is it that he's still not at that level yet the Bears think he will be able to compete and last in the NFL, and that once this win 3-week window is coming to an end, he will be placed on season-ending IR? We certainly hope that that is not the case. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here today and tell you that Austin Booker is the panacea to any all Bears pass rush issues, that he is the next coming, obviously, of a Myles Garrett, a Nick, a Bosa, a Watt, or anything like that. I'm not telling you that in the slightest, but he looked great in preseason. Yes, I got it was preseason. Yes, Austin Booker can bring some much needed pass rush and also help out with the run defense as well. But obviously, like I said, he is not stepping up. Now, some people are kind of thought that maybe it was a situation that they weren't prepared to play him against the Commanders because of this game Sunday, and they saw it's too short of a turnaround for a guy who's not played at all this season. However, again, that is not the case. Yes, he led the Bears in preseason, obviously in sacks, but like I said, it's preseason. We understand that. He's been on the reserve injured list since August because of that injury. Now, why? I guess you're all saying, why is he not being called up? Why is he not on the Bears roster for the game against the Saints today? It is game day, of course, guys. Is because he's not apparently where he needs to be. That is what is being reported. The Bears are saying that's their words. He's not where he needs to be as of yet, despite the fact he's been that full participant in practice. The team doesn't believe he's quite at the level he needs to be to rejoin the mix and provide a spark for the Bears pass rush. Now, look, the Bears pass rush is not looking great this season, is it? I mean, we have just 8 sacks on the season, so bringing back Austin Booker would be a major step forward. I think a help. It's got to be a help. It's got to add something. The more variety there that Dennis Allen can bring to his blitz and to his pass rush, that will be better. There was thoughts that maybe that he could be rotated in today and rotated in for a few snaps today, but that obviously is not going to happen. Now, in terms of Austin Booker's practice window, it extends just beyond the October 26th game in Baltimore against the Ravens. So basically, Bears have now got 3 practices to make a determination on what they want to do with Austin Booker. If they do not activate him after that 26th of October deadline, he will of course go to season-ending IR, which will be, I think, a big concern for the Bears. A big worry for the Bears. I mean, Booker is someone who has, not massive numbers, but still, has some production last season. 17 games played, 21 total tackles, 14 solo, 7 assisted, 1.5 sacks, 3 stuffs. That was it. Not a lot of production, but it was felt that, that this season that Booker could make that step up and really sort of add to his numbers and be a part of this Dennis Allen defense. Now, some people have kind of supposed that maybe that the reason the Bears have not added any more pass rush to their roster, given the fact that we don't have the depth there at this moment in time. Montez Sweat is not been brilliant this season at all. Dayo Odeyingbo has not been great this season at all. Even Shamar Turner filled in at edge against the Commanders on Monday night. So, I think if Booker is not good to go, if Booker is not in a situation where he can play after the 26th of October, maybe the situation comes that this man needs to start making a few moves and add a little bit of extra pass rush support to the Bears defense. I think there's been a lot of kind of talk that if we were to win this weekend and go to 4-2, 4 straight wins, this is a team looking like it is going places, and it needs as much help as it can get to keep that push. And I think, look, whilst I'm not saying that we're contenders this season to win anything in terms of the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl, but at least a playoff run would be good. Now, if Booker is not able to come back from this injury and not be at a level where the Bears feel he is ready to participate and to play at least some snaps, going forward and, working towards perhaps even starting in the long run, the situation has to be, I think, that Poles does need to start looking at moving for and making moves to bring in someone else, because the Bears depth chart past the starters, it is not massively strong in that position. Now, the defense has done very well in terms of takeaways. It is moving forward and it is one of the best teams in takeaways, but in terms of the sack numbers, we are exceptionally poor, which is unusual for a Bears defense. There seems to be that real lack of aggression when it comes to the pass rush. And yeah, I get that we've had a number of players missing this season. Obviously, Jalen Johnson looks like he's on season-ending IR. Kyler Gordon's just returned. TJ Edwards has just returned as well. But you look at the situation currently at edge. Montez Sweat, obviously backed up by Dominique Robinson, Daniel Hardy, although Daniel Hardy's played a lot of linebacker. Dayo Adeyingbo, who hasn't really produced, backed up by Austin Booker, who is still obviously not ready to play. Shamar Turner has obviously been moved out there when it was felt that obviously Shamar Turner was more a kind of defensive line option, and he's even listed on the depth chart behind Grady Jarrett, Chris Williams, and Big Billings. So I do feel that's a position we do need to look at if Austin Booker is not able to return from that injury, and get to the level where the Bears feel he is able to contribute. Guys, I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. It was certainly something that got me thinking. I honestly expected him to be back for the Saints game. When I saw the injury report this week and it said full participant. Yes, maybe I didn't expect him to play against the Commanders, but the fact that he was still back and still full this week, I did expect him to play at least some part. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you've enjoyed the content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Chicago Bears Huddle, your UK take on all things Bears. Bear down.